Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. Today I'm going to be bringing to you and sharing something brand new from the Revolution team. It is from I Heart Revolution. So that gives you a little bit of a clue to what I'm going to be sharing with you today. They brought out so many new palettes on Wednesday and I am so impressed with the delivery service. So I ordered on Wednesday. I've now received what I ordered on Friday. I am so impressed. So their delivery service has certainly come a long way. So I'm really impressed with that. So what I also wanted to share with you today, I missed Thank You Thursday yesterday. I said that I was going to share it with you either on Friday or Saturday. So I'm going to share it with you today on Friday. So if you're brand new to my channel, Thank You Thursday, or in this case, Thank You Friday, is where I thank one of you personally. So to be in with a chance of a shout out, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and of course do keep the comments coming. You don't necessarily have to comment every single day, but obviously I really encourage it because I love to hear from you. So yeah, and then each week I pick one person to shout out and thank personally, and today the person that I want to thank and give a big shout out to is to Violetfaire. So thank you so much for your lovely comments, and obviously do keep those comments coming in. So I love your comments, and I enjoy reading them every single day or whenever you comment. So congratulations to Violetfaire today. So of course I will be choosing someone brand new to give a shout out to next week. So like I say, keep the comments coming in. Now getting back to the palette, like I said, it's from I Heart Revolution this time, and it is the Lemon Drizzle palette. I was so excited when I saw this one particularly, because every time the Revolution team on their Instagram says what would we like to see next, I always say a yellow not necessarily a chocolate bar, but a yellow eyeshadow palette. So this time they've come out with a lemon inspired chocolate bar palette, and I'm so excited because I think yellow in particular has been such a big colour story this summer, whether it's clothing or makeup. I think it's been huge, and I really have loved it this year. I always love yellow, but I particularly have loved it in clothing, makeup, everything this year. So I was so excited by this. So of course I'm going to be sharing with you swatches, a tour around the palette, and of course a try on as well. So first of all, let's look at the packaging. So the packaging looks like this. This way up you can see I Heart Revolution, Lemon Drizzle. I think the new palettes, bar one, there's three in particular, have really been inspired by food, and I love anything lemon anyway, so this is really fantastic. Not only is it the colourways that I want to see, it's inspired by lemon drizzle. I mean, who doesn't like a lemon drizzle cake? It's just amazing. So when you look closer at the pattern on here, it's yellow with of course lemons on there. Absolutely love it. And then when you turn it over, you have got an idea of what the shades will look like inside, but I think even the back of this just does not do the palette inside justice. Of course you have all of the, I think it's the ingredients there. It is, yeah. So you've got the ingredients there. It says also that it is cruelty free as well, and it has a 12-month shelf life. So you've got cruelty free and it's 12 months shelf life is there. So I really love the look of this. I think it's very bright, very colourful, very summer inspired, beautiful. So this palette retailed for £8.99. At the moment it's only available at revolutionbeauty.com. However, I have seen some people picking it up from Superdrug stores. So obviously check out your local Superdrug store to see if it is available. Obviously if your store carries the I Heart Revolution stand. I have checked in mine and none of them so far have it in my local stores, particularly Norwich, but do obviously check with your local store. It also came with one of these sheets which I have already removed. And now we're going to look at the palette itself. So it looks like this. So you've got the cream plastic palette, and this time you have got the yellow chocolate bar dripping there, of course. Absolutely gorgeous. I just love it. It looks so summery, doesn't it? Beautiful. On the back you've got a lemon sticker with lemon drizzle there, and the information again. So you've got the shelf life there, that it's cruelty free, and you've got a little bit of information as well. So yeah, there you go, all of the palette, outside of the palette. Now let's get into the inside. So of course you have got a huge mirror which I'm now, well actually I think what I'll do is, to show you it, I'll tip it upside down. So there is all of those beautiful shades, and it does smell like chocolate again. Absolutely beautiful. I love the sense that these the chocolate scents within these palettes, because it's not overpowering, it's not over the top, it's not sickly, it's not going to take your breath away. And once you apply the eyeshadows, you can't smell, you know, the eyeshadow on your eye type of thing, because I think there's nothing worse than a scent that is just over the top. So you can see here, let me just get it a little bit closer. So you can see here that there are some yellow shades here, but there's also some shades here that are really unexpected. So this one in particular, really love that. You've got an orange there in the middle, really bright, but you've also got a more subtle orange. You've got some cooler shades, you've got some warmer shades, you've got a mix of shimmer and mattes. You have really got everything in here. I think if they went with all yellow, I mean personally I would like to see an all yellow palette with the grungy tones, you know, that I often talk about. So the brighter yellows, the grungier tones, all of that kind of thing, mattes, shimmers, and you know, yellows across the board. They don't have to always be yellow like I'm wearing. It could be yellow with a little bit of green. But I think because we're in summer at the moment, they've chosen those brighter yellows, and I really love it. And like I say, I really love that they've really incorporated shades that go with yellow as well. So I'll just show you the palette one last time and show you what I mean. So you've got yellows in there, you've got a mix of mattes, you've got a mix of shimmers, you've got everything, I think. And again, it's been so well done. So you've got yellow, but it's not over saturated with yellow, in the fact that it's all bright yellows and nothing that matches with it. I suppose if you had an all yellow eye, as in these brighter tones, it would look just like, you know, very bright yellow. So you do need these other shades as well. But for me, as you know, I am into that grungy, yellowy, greeny shade. So yeah, I would have loved to, well, I would love to see one of those type of palettes as well. But I think they've done such an excellent job with this. So now I'm going to get into the shades. Let me just make sure of where I've started. Here we go. So this one is matte and it's called Afternoon Tea. So this actually is a brown with a little bit of a hint of green to it. Absolutely love that shade, because I think that would work very, very well with, you know, these yellows in particular. Absolutely love that shade. And I suppose it is quite grungy. So I've got the grungy brown in there, haven't I? Okay, we've got Just a Bite, which is that shimmery, beautiful, it's like a copper shimmer. We then have Sugar, which is your standard matte you know, shade that you could either mix at the top here if you just put too much colour on, or if you want a matte look. I did one yesterday, absolutely beautiful to put these on the lid rather than a shimmer shade. Then we have Scrumptious, which I love. Now if you saw my recent Wet n Wild eyeshadow tutorial, you would see that there was a burgundy shade in here. Now Scrumptious is the shade that I would have loved that shade to have been. It didn't hold its shade, it went very grey. This doesn't. I've already applied it to the eye and it is stunning. So that's Scrumptious. So it's like a neutral brown with a pop of burgundy in there. Added that to the mix. Then we have Butter, which is a matte it's like a buttercup yellow. Absolutely beautiful. Then we have a shimmer. Now this is, it looks orange. It looks like an orangey copper shade, doesn't it? Absolutely beautiful. And this is what I mean, that they've added all of these stunning shades. It's not until you swatch them really that you see the beauty of this palette. Okay, the next one, so that was the first row. The next row starts off with Slice of Cake, which is this cool toned brown shade. Again, you know, like I mentioned before, a mix of cool and warm. Then we have another matte yellow. So this is a little bit more warmer than this one here, as if it could get warmer. But this one is buttery, is your, I would say, your standard, like I said, buttercup. This one is lemon slice. This one is more richer, absolutely beautiful. Then we have that very, very bright orange shade in the middle. That one is citrus, and that's a matte. Then we have our first shimmery yellow called Fluffy. Absolutely love this shade. Beautiful. It's yellow, but it's got a little bit, a tiny, tiny hint of green to it. Very, very minimal, but again, it makes it different from the other yellows. Then we have Tempting, which is a grungy orange. As you can tell, I love that word grungy at the moment. And then we have Delicious, which is this very unusual fuchsia with a hint of orange in its undertone. You can see that from the swatch. It's a slight shimmer, not as intense perhaps as Fluffy, this one here, but there is some shimmer to it. So that's the last shade of the second row. Then we move on to the last row, the third row. So you have got a matte orange, and again, it's totally different to Citrus in that this is very bright. This is much more of a muted orange. So that one is Sunshine. Then we have Zestful, which is another shimmer shade. Absolutely beautiful. It's brown with a hint of orange in there. Then we have our second shimmery yellow, and very, very bright, beautiful. Then we have Zingy. Now this surprised me when I swatched it, because when I looked at it, it looked quite like a charcoal brown. Actually, it comes off like chocolate. Beautiful, love it. So that's another shimmer. And then we have Sharp But Sweet, which is a very, very light brown tone. It's like cream, but it's got a hint of brown to it. So that's Sharp But Sweet, and that's a matte. And then we have our last shimmer yellow, which is called Nothing But Crumbs. Again, this is another intense shimmer, but it's got a little bit of gold to it. You can see that. It's just beautiful. So all of the shades are very different. Even the yellows that they've come up with, they're very, very different, even if it is just, you know, a very small difference. So yeah, really, really love that. Absolutely beautiful tones, beautiful shades, and I really love this. Just stunning. Love it. Okay, so now we move on to the eye look. So here's a close-up of my eye look today. I really wanted to try that shade Scrumptious because, of course, I have been left quite disappointed with the palette, like I said, from Wet n Wild. So I tried Scrumptious today and I'm so impressed. What I like to see is from eyeshadows is that when you look at it, you're not going to be disappointed when you apply it, and that shade holds its colour on the eye, and this one does. So I'm very, very pleased with that. Okay, so of course I'm going to start off with a Primark brush. It's my Primark PS Eye Contour brush this time. I was also very, very pleased by the comments that I received yesterday. A few of you commented and let me know that you love to see me using this brush. Obviously, I wanted to try something different yesterday and use singular brushes that I picked up from Primark, but I also really enjoy using this brush. It is something that I love. It really works with the eye looks that I like to create, but obviously I wanted to share something different with you yesterday. So I'm going to be using the eye contour brush again, and I went in with the shade Slice of Lemon, which is, let me make sure I've got it right, it's this one here. So it's the second shade of the second row. So I'm just going to, and I've already primed my eyes, as always, with the Revolution Pro Eye Elements in, of course, Central. Nearly said core there. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in the crease and then take that up. Like that. And I'm going to just pop that on a second time, just to build that up a little bit. Now if you are thinking, oh my goodness, yellow is too bright, it's just not something that I could wear on the eye, yellow eyeshadow, you don't have to obviously wear it like I have, just yellow. I mean, obviously if you want to, that's absolutely fine, but also I wanted to share with you in this tutorial how wearable yellow can be. I mean, obviously it's only a step away from gold, and we wear gold all the time. So there is the first shade, so that was Lemon Slice laid down. I'm just also going to change to another brush to put on the second shade. Now of course I went in with Scrumptious, which is this shade here. Beautiful. It is just stunning. Just making sure that I've got the right one. It is just stunning. It is a neutral shade, but it's got that pop of burgundy that really does come through on the eye. So what I did is I ran it through the crease, then I'm just going to take it up a little bit. Like that. So take it up a little bit there. Then what I'm going to do is I wanted to just deepen the outer third of the lid and then deepen this area here on the outer crease. So keep that deep. I think it's just gone a little bit too high. So I'm just going to get my first brush and I'm going to go in again with Lemon Slice and just take a little bit of that out. So I want that yellow to be seen. Not too much, but a little bit of that. Like that. Just taking that down a little bit. Obviously these are incredibly pigmented, so if you ever do that, that is just another little tip, just to blend that out a little bit. So I'm going carefully this time into Scrumptious, and I'm just going to deepen out this area. So I'm not going to go through the crease anymore, I just want to deepen the outer area. Like that. I really love the colour. It is exactly what I want, and so many of you actually mentioned in that video, the Wet n Wild one that is, that you actually, what was I going to say? You actually love a lot of the other palettes, so I can't wait actually to try the other ones, because I was very disappointed by that and it turned so grey. So this is why I'm so pleased that this has kept its colour. Now what I did was, because I don't want the colours to mix, I just kept going through just to make sure that that colour does keep its burgundy, rather than, you know, if you mix some shades with yellow, they can turn a different colour. So I wanted it to keep its true colour. Like that. I'm just making sure that it works and it's matching up with this side. I always find it difficult doing one eye because obviously I've got to match it up. Okay, so then what I did was, keeping with that same brush, I then went under the eye with that same shade, Scrumptious. Like that. I'm then swapping back to my original, my first brush, and going into Lemon Slice again, and I'm then going just underneath that with the yellow. I know what I was going to say, I've remembered it. Not only did you mention that about the other palettes, so I can't wait to try those, but also you mentioned that we have been so spoilt by Revolution because their products are so good. And that is so true, because Revolution not only gives us great quality products, but they are all very affordable, and that is what I really like. Gone are the days where, you know, you have to spend an arm and a leg to get something of great quality, and that is what Revolution brings us. So yeah, I've just remembered it. Like I said, it's been a manic, very busy week, and obviously that is starting to show. So there we are. All of the matte shades have now been laid down. Now I'm going in with the yellow shimmer, which I was extremely excited about. So I went in with the shade Fluffy, which is on the second row. Where are we? And it's this one here. So this is Fluffy. I thought I want to go bright. I want to go bright and I want to go really yellow, and this shade is phenomenal. So I'm going to apply it first with my finger. Now I thought it applied very well with my finger, but what I also find is that some of these shades rub off with my hooded eye. So I'm testing out something else today. So that is what it looks like when it's been applied with a finger. And then what I'm going to do now is get my brush. It's just a flat Wilko brush, only 95 pence. Obviously you can use any brush. If you are not in the UK, which I know a lot of my viewers are not, and you can't get to a Wilko or a Primark, then obviously do use brushes that you love. And that's the reason why I do use, you know, the brushes that I use, because I love them. Now with this one, I'm just going to get a little bit more of Fluffy on there. I'm then going to get the Obsession Pigment Boost Fixing Spray, this one here, which I absolutely love. It works so well for this, and I'm just going to wet the brush a little bit, not too much, but a little bit, and then I'm going to apply that like that. And what it will then do, I hope, this is, like I say, a little bit of a test, I'm just getting a little bit more product, is to set it for me. Now these shadows do work very well, and they do keep on my eye very well, but I also find, especially right in the crease, that it does tend to wear off. I mean, it's not the eyeshadow's fault, it is just the shape of my eyes. So if you, like me, have got hooded eyes, I'm hopefully going to test this out for you. I generally don't wet eyeshadow, but you know, like I say, I just want to keep my shadow on. So you could see there how well it went on with just a finger, but also I want to see how it lasts with the spray as well. And obviously on another video I will give you feedback on that. Now I'm just going back in with that same brush, and I'm just using the same shade Fluffy, just to go all around the inner corner there, like that. So that shade is beautiful on the lid, but it also works beautifully on the inner corner as well. So basically that is the eye look complete. Now I'm just going to add my usual liner, if I can take the lid off, which is, as always, the Revolution HD Smoky Waterproof Eyeliner in black. So I'm just going to line my eye, and then I am going to use my mascara, which as always is the Primark PS Amplif-eyed mascara. Again, if you can't get to a Primark for whatever reason, then obviously use whatever mascara you love. This is another reason why I love Revolution products. Obviously their website, revolutionbeauty.com, you can purchase from a lot of countries. So that is why I love talking about these products as well, because it's so easily accessible to everybody. Whereas when I talk about Primark products, I know that some of you don't have a store near you, so it does make it a little bit more tricky. So that was my short, or is it short? A review, probably my first thoughts actually, on the I Heart Revolution Lemon Drizzle palette. I nearly said cake then. It looks beautiful. The shades are beautiful. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Obviously, congratulations to Violetfaire on her shout out. Congratulations to you. And if you have just stumbled upon my channel, I would love it if you subscribe to watch further and future videos. But as always, until tomorrow, I'll just leave you with the swatches one last time. So until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.